Hello, comrades, and welcome back to another episode of, Severna Republic. So over the last few years, we've seen Severna experiencing tremendous, fantastic expansion and building of the capital city Valkasa, or Valka as it is more commonly known. Name change is under consideration by the Republic Council. So, for the workers of the new civic centre, which holds the island's government, ministries, departments, it will house our main sporting arenas, TV stations, movie studios, all in the centre of Valka. So this is an expansion southward along the southern coast of the island, and also the plan is to introduce a tourism area here as well, as the district does have great links across the Republic with access to both the circle lines and the express lines across the island, as well as within walking distance of what will be the island centre as far as entertainment, culture and civic life goes. So the housing in this new district is of the highest quality, 100% standard. So these are some of the best homes that Severna has to offer, and will only be offered to those that demonstrate great civic consciousness, awareness of the importance of upholding the values of Severna, and rooting out any shadowy figures in the Republic. As we are in the middle of the North Sea, there are many different interests at play around this small territory. So we are surrounded by capitalist nations, some of them now in 1981 entering the early days of neoliberalism. So the Severnan state has to ensure that the integrity of our institutions and our regulatory bodies remain independent of these outside forces. So for the people that are directly responsible for that, i.e. the government workers, they obviously need to be rewarded for that, for their loyalty in their position of privilege. Now, that doesn't go to say that these people are any higher in any societal sense. They all have to abide by the same laws. They all live in a manner expected of Severnans. However, with great responsibility in Severna also comes reward. For anyone to want to uphold a state or continue the status quo, they have to feel that that system will look after them, which doesn't always play out the way that people expect, unfortunately, as we are seeing in some parts of the world. The current future, I guess, kind of, you know what I mean. So yeah, there are different tiers of housing in Severna, but in saying that, every home in Severna is of much higher quality than probably many public housing in modern nations. The quality of housing in Severna very, 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 very rarely, if ever, drops below 80%. I don't really build any residential housing that's less than 80%. And sometimes, unfortunately, I do use the 80% ones just due to sometimes they look better where they're placed, or they fit better. But I will always try and use the highest form of housing. And in the rest of the Republic, I don't specify who can move into those buildings. It's just a free-for-all. The housing is secured by lottery, basically. But every single residence will have the same set of basic amenities. There will be some outside space. You will have separate bedrooms. You will have a separate kitchen, separate living room. But some may not have things such as dining rooms, or or maybe a second balcony or ensuite toilets. But they are all very comfortable, livable apartments. Anyway, so that is what this area is going to be. It's going to be the new residential area for Severna's High Council members and members of or workers of privileged positions. And I don't mean privileged as in you're at a privileged position in the island, although in some cases that is true. But it's more privileged as in the power that they do have, as they are the apparatus of the Severnan state. And also the information that they have access to as well. Their loyalty needs to be secured. The loyalty of every Severnan is important, given obviously the location and the geopolitical situation surrounding the UK, with Thatcher on our back at the moment. Severna is currently in a mild but slightly ratcheting up disagreement with the Conservative Thatcher government in the UK over access to oil fields north of our island, but that is a story for another day. So all of the main buildings are laid out, so before it gets anywhere near the Severnans moving in, you need to, what I do is I will go to a building, and I will cycle through the utilities, and I will see which ones it is connected to. Seems very basic, but it is surprising how easy it is to forget to do this. I also do forget, so go through all your, click on, and you never used to be able to do that. That is a new thing, that you can see a building's connections before it's actually built. So the sewage system, not a problem, as there is a large water pump and a wastewater treatment facility a few hundred meters from the new district, so that is easily connected up. Whereas the water system is a slightly different story, as I'm going to just have a look into the water system at the moment, because I do have quite a large water plant, but this doesn't seem to be producing as much water as expected. So let's take a look at that. Right, so this is the water plant. It's one of, well, the biggest water plant that Severna has, and I can never seem to get it to produce it's like 100% of its water, and it's not due to the supply, because the well itself is backed up. Now this pumping station doesn't, I mean, they're all at full bar, so that must be transporting as much as it can, and every single pipe that's coming out of that water plant there, water well, is being used. Like, obviously, if it's just like a demand thing, such as it's only producing that much because that's all that's being demanded of it, that's fine. But I'm not sure about that. So I'm just going to put... because I don't usually use water tanks. I mean, of course I use water tanks further down the chain. So obviously got one there, one here. See, this is empty, right? So if this plant is sending out as much water as is needed, why ain't this full? Now, I understand that it could be because I think it's only got this one pipe going to it. That pipe's in green. I think, sort of. I am colourblind, but I'm pretty sure that's... I mean, I think it is bordering on yellow, maybe yellow, but greens are one of the colours that I do struggle. Obviously, I can see green, you know, but it's when they get a bit nuanced like this. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's got yellow in it. Anyway, it's besides the point. So, why is this not fit? Is it that it's got too much coming out of it? So going into it, it's got 50 meters cubed a day. So the output's at full bar, input 1 and 2 are not at full bar. So that might give us a clue. So obviously full bar is the most that it can the water can push into it. So if that's high going out and coming in, it means that coming in is possible to make higher. So that's in. Yeah, I knew that would be that. So what happens if I just add an extra pump? So all this is doing, because I always thought that, like, as long as you had a pipe, you know, a pump, sorry, in the city, then that didn't matter whether you had 20 pipes along, 20 pumps along a chain or one, you'd get the same result. But I'm starting to doubt that possibly. So this would now have the... Right, let's get this pipe out of the way. Actually, are they both connected to... Yeah, they are. I'll just swap the pipes over. It doesn't make a difference. Well, I don't think it will. It might, but I don't think it will. Right, so that's now got a second. Got to reconnect it back up, haven't I? So I had to delete it so I could see the inputs. So what I'll do, actually, I'll still, because I want to add a tank, I'll still add the tank. So I'll have one of the big underground tanks. So this is British, apparently. I know, 100 meters square. And I saw, where did I see like 1,000? So what's that look like? Is that supposed to? I think that's supposed to go in water, isn't it? Like I could still put it like not for the get, but like visually, that's supposed to go in water, I think. Right, we'll just have this one for now. This is underground one. And then we'll have, actually, then we'll have another set of 3 pumps, because there's 3 pipes that I have 7. So I will connect all of those pipes up to, because the pipes will be no bigger than they were, you know, the actual piping system remains unchanged. So we'll see. Ah. I'm just going to have to move these pipes west a little bit and form a bit of an S shape. Deletes every single bit but the bit I wanted. Okay. Right now, so the tank's only got 2 outputs, but what I'll do is I'll just bypass one pipe to go straight into the pump. Yeah, that's something I've noticed happens quite a lot with these pumps, is that you can't put them flush. You always have to mess about putting one at a funny angle sometimes, because it just won't sort of align with the rest of them. A bit like Citizens. Okay, so that's our tank. So everything should be connected again. Time is of the essence on this, so we will spend some of our reserves to expedite this construction. See if we can fill up this water tower. Okay, let's go. Well, it's not filling up at the moment, but that could be because it's supplying everything at the moment. So let's see, has the... No, it's still about 20%. Ah, right, see here, this is interesting. So this pipe is red, but these pipes are not. So let me just try bypassing another pipe. Has our friend the water tank begun filling up? Not quite. So again, the inputs aren't very high. All right. Okay. So this pipe here is really overused, so we'll put the new water infrastructure on a secondary pipe. It will slip under it to the east side. Then we'll set a pump. followed by a splitter. Which will pop over here nice and sort of central. And we're going to build this straight away, so I'm just interested to see the results, try and get my, after 10,000 hours of gameplay, just try and finally answer some questions I've had about the water system in quite a while. I've always got it to work, but it's always seemed like I seem to have to build more water infrastructure than seems necessary. But I suppose I do get full utilisation out of the other smaller plants that I have, but that big one, I can never seem to get it to work at 100%. I mean, there is some crossover with this new system with the old red one. So hopefully it'll alleviate the pressure on that system. I'll pop this one right the way over here, trying to spread out the I'll build that. Build the splitter and the pipes. Where's that pump there? Okay, yeah, so that new one has gone red nearly straight away. So are we using any more? Not really. Still about 30%. Oh well, guess we'll never know. I'm bored of it now. But we've supplied the water to this new district. It's nice and it's a lot of water, 69 meter cubed a day. Nobody who lives there yet. So thus you'd think that would be. It just only seems to produce that much. We haven't got a full set of engineers, so that might slow it down a little bit, but not much. And our water tank isn't really filling up either. Neither's that one. Hang on. Have I committed the cardinal sin? Oh, I think I did. Hang on. That's basically what I think I've done. Is I've got a pipe coming out and going into the same water tank in like a, so it tends to not go very well. I don't know why I think this will help, but you never know. Does this drag more water in, maybe? On this tank. Aha! Our tank's filling up. Yes, good. There's no water shortage up here, as far as I can see. Well, where's there a pump? I don't think there is one, so I'll have to put another one in. If ever you put a water tank in, it seems that, yeah, I find that you always do have to put a water pump in for the water to leave it under any sort of serviceable amount. Or I think it only flows out of it if it's full, which obviously, as you've seen, it's not always guaranteed. So I'll put another pump after it. Connect the pipes up. Where's the other? Oh yeah, there we are. Yeah, build it from cash, build that from cash, that from cash. Right, see what this does. See if this will make a demand for some more water. $39 tons a day, yeah, and it is filling up. Groovy. So our water plant doesn't appear to be using any more, producing any more water, but our storage tanks seem to be filling up. I think this one will fill up once this one's done filling up. We shall wait and see. Okay, so that's a little video on me managing some water. Just upgrading another residential district here. So I'm thinking of building like a touristy type area around here. So do tune in for the next one. Please do like and subscribe. It's a very small channel, so you know, likes and subscriptions mean a lot to every channel. But to this one, it is particularly meaningful because it does help me grow and help me be motivated to bring more of my ludicrous Severna obsessive content. Have a very good day, whatever you're doing. Enjoy your weekend. Love from Severna. Bye bye.